left behind. It was a bright Saturday morning in the small village of Oyuro. The sun hung lazily in the sky, casting soft golden rays over the earth. The sound of roosters crowing faded as the day got warmer, and life in the compound was already in motion. "Truck!" their mother called from behind the kitchen hut, her hands covered in soap from washing clothes. "Please take the dustbin sack to the farm. It's getting too full." "Okay, Mama," Truck replied, already walking toward the old family bicycle leaning against the fence. Just then, Chuck, his younger brother, came bouncing out from the backyard, wiping his hands on his shorts. "I want to go with you," he said, grinning. Truck rolled his eyes. He had hoped for a peaceful ride. Just him, the wind, and the hum of the tires on the road. Jack was always talkative, always asking questions, and always slowing things down. "I'm not carrying anybody," Truck muttered, but Mama overheard. "Jack will go with you," she said firmly. "It's been long since he went to the farm. Let him stretch his legs." Truck groaned under his breath, but didn't argue. Saying no to Mama was like arguing with thunder, useless and dangerous. With a sigh, he picked up the sack, tied it tightly, and fixed it on the back of the bicycle. Jack climbed on behind him and carried the sack on his head with both hands. "Hold tight," Truck said dryly, already pushing the bicycle down the narrow, bumpy path that led out of the compound. The journey started slowly, with Truck pedaling hard over the rough terrain, dodging stones and puddles. Jack held on tightly, bouncing and swaying with each bump, but managing to keep the sack steady. After about 15 minutes, they reached Truck's favorite part of the trip, the long, smooth, and quiet stretch of road that cut through the farmlands. Like a ribbon, the road was almost empty, with just birds flying overhead and the sound of wind rushing through the trees. Truck smiled to himself. Now the real fun begins. He gripped the handlebars tighter and leaned forward. With a burst of energy, he started pedaling faster and faster. Tee-hee bicycle picked up speed, the tires humming louder as they glided over the tarred road. "Truck, slow down," Jack shouted, struggling to keep his balance with the sack still perched on his head. But Truck ignored him. He was too caught up in the thrill of the ride, the wind in his face, the freedom of speed. Jack's voice became a faint background noise, drowned out by the worry wheels and the rushing air. Then it happened. A sudden bump in the road jolted the bicycle. Jack, who had been hanging on with just one hand now, trying to adjust the sack, lost his grip completely. The sack slipped first, landing with a thud on the roadside, and then Jack followed, tumbling off the bicycle and landing hard on the ground with a yelp. But Truck didn't notice. He kept on zooming ahead like a racing bike champion, grinning to himself. Until boy, an elderly voice called out from the side of the road. Truck blinked and slowed down, turning his head to see an old man waving a walking stick in the air. "Your brother fell off the bicycle a long time ago. You didn't even look back." Truck's heart dropped. He turned the bike around and pedaled back, fast, and there was Jack, brushing dust and dry grass off his arms, trying not to cry. His knees were bruised, and the sack now had a small tear, but he had picked it up already. "You fell?" Truck asked, panting. Jack didn't answer. He just looked at his brother, disappointment written all over his face. "You didn't even know I was gone," he said quietly. Truck scratched the back of his head, guilt creeping in. "Sorry, I didn't mean to. I thought you were still there." Jack didn't reply. He simply started walking. This time, he didn't get on the bicycle. "Come, climb," Truck said after a moment. "No, I'll run." And that's how they finished the journey. One brother riding the bicycle slowly, the other jogging beside him with a bruised leg and a sack of trash on his head. Neither of them said much the rest of the way, but Truck knew he had learned a lesson that day. Sometimes, the ride isn't just about speed, it's about who's riding with you.